Alright, so have you ever found yourself in a position where you needed access to a Cisco router and it had a password on it and you didn't have the passwords and it kept on failing, but you still needed access to do work on it? Or maybe you're doing it in a lab or whatever, you got a piece of equipment, Cisco router or something laying around, and you try to get in there, you forgot the password, whatever the case may be. Do you even have a process if that was to happen to you? If any of that sounds familiar, definitely want to tap in with me and check out this video, because today what I want to do is to attempt to share with you what I'm currently doing as I run into some issues where I'm working on Cisco router equipments with clients and stuff, and I don't have the password to get into it for whatever reason. The scenario is the router has a password into it and I need to bypass that router and get into it. If that sounds like something interesting to you, I'm going to share that today, just going through that whole kind of process. So definitely lock in with me. So definitely subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the love. If you're already subscribed, you already know what time it is. And definitely hit them like buttons for me, please, because you already know it's helping out in the algorithms and everything, helping me grow this channel. So I appreciate, super grateful for all the support. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the video. Alright y'all, so here we are, just launching Putty. If you haven't checked out my previous video, real world training for CCNA beginners, I go through how to launch Putty console into the router and everything like that. But for this video, for sake of time, I'm just going past that and just going to jump right into the console of this router. Alright, so I'm consoled in. Now while this router is booting up, what I'm going to try to do, since I can't get in there and I don't have access, I'm going to try to break that boot sequence. So instead of how it normally goes through its boot sequence, I'm going to hit some keys on my keyboard, control, function, and the pause break button to break up that boot sequence. So right here where it's giving all those dots, that's the time that I have to enter into that boot sequence. So as you can see, I'm in ROMMON mode. Now ROMMON mode, this is a different kind of mode than your regular mode when you boot into it. This is just like, I think of it like a safe mode. Even though it's not a safe mode, I just think of it that way because it's not the actual iOS. It's a very limited version of it. Alright, so now that I'm in ROMMON mode, what I'm going to try to do right now, I'm going to configure. I'm going to use config as a command, 0x2142. This changes the boot sequence from what it's normally configured out the box as, which is 0x2102, which is pointing to the current iOS version file that is on this. And I don't want it to point to that version file. So that's why I'm changing the configuration register number. And then I'm just going to reset the router simply just by powering it off and then powering back up. And then I'll show you what that does after it boots back up. Alright, as you can see, the router is fully booted up now. And I'm in there, I'm consoled in. And I've bypassed the password because I've changed that configuration setting. So it's not booting up to the config that was on here already. It's booting up into a different kind of way. That's the only way that I can kind of explain it, by changing that configuration register. You're not booting up into the normal configuration that's saved in NVRAM and everything like that. So hopefully that makes sense. So basically, go into ROMMON and change the configuration register number is how I bypass the password. And right now what I'm going to show is basically how to upgrade the iOS version to a different version. Alright, again, just like my previous video, if you didn't check it out, but going into the directory, we can see there is only one iOS image on here, and it's this one right here at the bottom. So my objective is to upgrade to a newer version than what this iOS version is using, or I'm sorry, this router is using. So I don't want to use that current version. So that's what I'm going to do right now with you guys. As you can see, there's a log entry for a USB device being added. That's my USB stick that contains the upgraded version of the iOS. So I got that from Cisco's website. Alright, so The objective is to get the upgraded iOS version off of my USB stick and onto this router and to transfer that file. So I'm going to use a command on the router, copy USB from my USB stick and that file name, which is the upgraded version. You see it's a different version than the existing one. And then it's going to be like, where do you want to copy this file that's on your USB stick? Where do you want to copy it to? You have a whole bunch of locations you can copy it to. For the sake of this video, we're going to go to Flash. And there you go. That's the command to copy it to Flash. And now it's transferring that file from that USB stick that's in the USB port of the router. And it's transferring it over to the router and putting it onto the router, that file, into the router's directory. All right, now that copying is complete, here I just wanted to show you that there's a command, verify MD5 flash, which is the location where my file is that I just transferred onto this Cisco router. And what this command does is it's gonna verify that that file, that the hash, it's gonna give me the hash of that file. And this is a way that you can verify that the file isn't corrupt when it was transferred, that it's the exact file that you got from Cisco's website. As you can see, there's the hash after I use that command. And if I bring this over here, so I'm logged into Cisco's website. As you can see, so I'm logged into Cisco's website right here. And if you just hover over, well, first, yeah, this is the right iOS that I'm looking at it. And you gotta hover over the link, and then you can see there is the MD5 checksum, which is the hash, and you could copy it to a clipboard, go back to your device, and you see there's the hash right there, and there's the hash from the official Cisco website. So I usually look at the last four and the first four, because there's a lot of characters in that alphanumeric number there. So right there, and that's how I verify, okay, this is the correct file and nothing's corrupt with it and all of that good. I just wanted to point that out to y'all. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully it helped out somebody maybe. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's go back into the directory, but let's look at the Flash directory. You see I have the old version on the top, and then I have the new version that I just transferred. So I just want to clean this directory up, just give you some practice here. If you're ever in a directory, I'm going to delete, and what directory? Flash directory, and then I'm going to delete that file out of there. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to delete this? Because that's what it's using to boot to. So it's pretty much saying you're going to brick it, meaning that there's going to be no file or no iOS for this router to boot to, because it doesn't understand yet. But I'm going to go through that in a second of how to point it to that new file right there, the other version. And as you see, it is out of the Flash now, and there you go. I only have that one right there. I only have that right there. So what I want to do now is tell the router boot and system, and then point it to the flash memory. And then in flash memory, what's the image file name, iOS file name? And it's that one right up there. So let me just copy it to make it easier so I don't fat finger nothing. Copy and paste it. Now when I go to reset it, it's going to boot to that. So I'm going to save the configuration here and going to go ahead and reboot this, and this time we're going to be rebooted and we're going to be upgraded on the new iOS version. All right, y'all, we're back from rebooting. So if we look at the version, we see that we got the new iOS. So it pointed to, so far so good. Everything looks good. It booted to the correct version of iOS, and this router has now been upgraded. However, we can't forget about the configuration register. it is still not set to what it should be, which is 2102. So we're gonna have to change that. Now, how are we gonna go about doing that? Well, we're gonna go back into ROMMON mode. We're gonna reset this and go back into ROMMON mode. All right, so we're back in ROMMON mode. All I'm gonna do is the same command, but I'm just changing that value right there to 2102. Hit enter, and then we're gonna reset and then bring it back up on this 2102 and the upgraded version of the iOS and verify everything comes up correctly. All right, now after the router has booted back up, after we change the config register number, I'm just gonna go in here. I'm consoled in still, so I'm just gonna look and do actually a show ver, then begin config. And as we can see, the configuration register took, again in the directory, we have that only that iOS that we need in there. And we verified the iOS right here is good. And we were able to bypass the password that was configured on this existing router just by going into ROMMON mode. Hopefully all of that made sense and gave you a little bit more insight as to what a network engineer does on a day-to-day basis as one of their tasks.